Something is coming. A revolution, I feel. The Passover meal tonight was different. It was about something much deeper, much greater. Will Jesus finally end the oppression of the Romans, from the Romans? Will we finally fight for and earn the freedom we once had? Oh, I long for that. I long to take control for justice. I'm ready. I'm also scared, but so ready. I've never done anything like this before, but I will not cower. I promised Jesus that I would stand by his side. I promised that I would die for him, and I would. Jesus has become my best friend. It's only really been a short time, really, but there are numerous stories to tell. Like the time I tried to walk on water like he was doing. A little embarrassing. He does the most amazing things. Never afraid. And I want to be brave like he is. And then he does things that only the lowliest servant would do. Like tonight. He washed my feet. Why would he do that for me? I am nothing. I have failed him so many times when I tried to be brave. I want to be a good friend like he has been to me. I must be brave as he is brave. Although, right now, I'm so exhausted. No, I cannot sleep. I must be ready, but for what I do not know. Is that Jesus? It's his voice. He's praying. His voice is filled with sorrow. His prayer is heavy with grief. Is Jesus afraid? Does he not believe that we will be victorious? Does he not believe that I will be by his side? Jesus thinks I will betray him. But I would never do that. What kind of a friend would I be if I did that? No, even if everyone else abandons him, I will not. I will be by his side. I will defend him with my life. Father, Lord, let me not be filled with doubt, with fear. Have me be filled with courage and strength. Let me be brave. Protect me from temptation. Redeem us, Lord. No, more voices. What is that? There's many of them. And they're coming.
A man. He's just a man. A simple man, this Jesus. But why does my heart race? And why do I feel weak when I look into his eyes? I am not weak. I am Pilate, the governor. I am powerful, and I cower for no man. Does this Jesus not know that his life is in my hand? I make the final decision. Yet, it's unsettling, the silence that comes after the questions. This man, he doesn't even defend himself, doesn't even fight for his rights. What is this about? The man is innocent. I did not see turning him to a sentence of death. But the people, they are convinced that he should die. Their cries, their screams are loud and unbearable. Shut up! Be quiet, I command you. What do the people have against this Jesus that stands for execution? It didn't even please them that I had him punished, beaten, flogged, humiliated. There was no satisfaction in that. They're bloodthirsty, angry, and have absolutely no regard for this life on trial. They seek revenge of some sort. But I have tried. I have offered Barabbas, a man that deserves death. They will not waver. It's as if they do not see Barabbas. They look right through him with evil intent in their eyes and disdain on their faces, and they will not budge. Now, I will not be made a joke, and disagreeing with this mob could be costly. So, I must satisfy the people. Is there another way? Think. I could wash my hands clean of this, but could I ever wash my conscience clean? Could my mind ever be clear? With sending this man to the cruelest of deaths. Even my wife warned me, but what options do I have? None. I have no other options. If they want his life, they can have his life. If they are bloodthirsty, then let his blood be on them. All of them. I have washed my hands clean of this. And I have washed my conscience clean of this. The people, their demands. They want a crucifixion, then crucify him.
You cannot be a Roman soldier and at the same time be weak in heart. You will not last. I am trained to do my job and to do it well, to follow orders, to obey, no matter how brutal those orders are. No matter if the prisoner claims to be Messiah, King of the Jews. I do what I'm told, or it's my life at stake. Do you understand? I have done no wrong here. The prison has done wrong. And where there's wrong, there must be punishment. The punishment is harsh. Some prisoners don't survive it. Some people say that I'm brutal. Some people say that I'm callous. Some people say that I'm heartless and sadistic. I say that I do my job, and it's a job well done. You say you want to know about the process? You want to know what happened here to Jesus? Is this your Jesus? Think before you answer that. Think before you answer that. A company of us soldiers surrounded Jesus. And at Pilate's command, we flogged him. We didn't just use those leather whips that you see in the markets. No, these whips are special. The leather is braided with bits of metal and bone. These bits dig into the flesh and tear it from the body. By the time we're done, Jesus is unrecognizable. We put a purple robe on him. Only the best for our royal prisoner. King deserves a crown. Don't you agree? So we went to these thorny bushes that grow all around here, and we took branches and wove them into a crown. And I have to tell you, that crown didn't fit very well. So we pushed it onto his head. The thorns dig into his flesh until his face is covered in his own blood. And then we beat him and kicked him and spit on him. We mocked him. We reviled him. We didn't care about his feelings. We didn't care about his pain. We didn't care that we brought him low to the ground as a man. We didn't care that we removed his dignity. I am a loyal Roman soldier, and I did my job, and it is a job well done.
I don't even hardly know what just happened. Okay, so we were walking through, we were coming through town. My boy, my son and me were coming through town, and so many people were there. It was so crowded. See, it was the Passover, but this was a different feeling. Passover. It was loud and almost angry sounding. There was a big commotion going on. There was people yelling and cursing, and the streets were just full of people. My son, I was trying to pull him along, and we came around a corner. I couldn't see what was going on until then. I saw a man. It was disgusting. This man, he was in the street. He had a cross that he was trying to carry. Wasn't managing to do that very well because his legs were so badly mangled, like they were bumps and bruises and welts all over them, where it looked like sticks and rods had been just beating his legs, and he was barely breathing. I'll remember the sound forever, just the wheezing and gasping for breath. And his back, so much blood everywhere. It's just open wounds and flesh hanging. And I can't believe what I just saw. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen, ever, by far. And my son was there. He saw it, and just everyone was so angry. I couldn't see who it was. I saw his face, but it was so disformed, like couldn't tell who it was. Even if I knew who it was just unrecognizable, you know? There was a moment I'll never forget. His eyes, he kind of looked up and I caught his eyes. It was almost like he looked right at me, and the eyes, they weren't just the eyes of a criminal. You know, they weren't the eyes that were evil or filled with hate or anger. They were eyes of compassion, mercy, and grace. He had every right to be filled with anger and hatred back at them, but instead he looked peaceful, in pain, but compassionate. I was standing there in shock. They were yelling and despising and cursing his name. His name, Jesus. Wait, Jesus? See, these people, Jesus? Just weeks ago, these same people, the crowds following him around and praising and worshiping him and calling him the Messiah, Savior. And how did it get to this point? So confused. I was standing there, I was just kind of in a daze, and I was just almost just wanting to wake up from this crazy nightmare, and then boom, this cross just fell again and landed just a couple feet from me. I was kind of trying to get away, and then I heard a Roman soldier yell out to me. He said, "Hey, you, pick up the cross." Me, Simon? Me? No, I can't. No. I had no choice. I was like cornered, and I had nothing that I could say or do to get out of this. He told me to. He didn't ask me to. And so I go and I move the cross off of his back and pick it up onto mine. And that cross was so heavy. See, I didn't have injuries. I'm a healthy guy, and I found it almost impossible to bear. So, but I was there. I was in it. I was in this parade of disgrace all of a sudden. I was the one going through town with Jesus, and my name was being insulted too, and they were throwing all the shame on us. We were in it together. I was like, what is my son thinking? What does he think about this? What is he thinking about his dad with this criminal guy, Jesus, being paraded through the streets? I felt like that street would never end. I felt like that road would go on forever. And we journeyed on, and insult upon insult came upon us, and finally we got to the place called Golgotha. And I dropped the cross. I was so relieved. And then my relief turned to sorrow and heartbreak. You see, I realized that this Jesus, he was about to be nailed to this cross, crucified right in front of everyone. Big spikes, nails, I saw them. They were going to be driven through his hands, his wrists, and his feet, and he was going to be raised up and crucified and hung to die. I'll never forget this day.
Is that the way an innocent person is to be treated?
Oh, Mary Magdalene, please.
No, this is an outrage. This is a tragedy, and I will not be quiet this time. He did not deserve to be treated with heartless cruelty. Those men are evil and hateful. There is not the slightest bit of evil in Jesus. None. Oh, why must he have been hammered to a cross? I don't understand. Curse them, Lord! It should have been me.
Oh, Mary, no.
I've done so many things. I deserve to die that kind of death. So much more than And that precious innocent man.
No, Jesus wouldn't want you to think that of yourself.
Oh,
Oh,
but it's true.
oh no. All of your past is gone. Jesus healed you of it, remember? Remember.
I just feel so helpless. I wish there was something we could have done. I wish there was something we could have done to stop this all from happening. Instead, we just had to watch, witness the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I know. I cannot believe what he endured. They spit on him. They hit him as if he was nothing. I can still hear the sounds of the whips in my ears. They treated him as if he wasn't even human.
No one else would have even been able to survive those beatings. To think he was just here with us yesterday and dying today. He did so much for me. He healed me of my wicked heart and my mind. I wish there was some way I could have repaid him.
Even though I didn't have much to offer his ministry, he made me feel important. As if I had something to offer.
He never looked down on me for my past.
Oh,
He never looked at me with disgust. He could have. But there was this love in his eyes for my very soul.
he always accepted me, never shamed me. He treated me with the most sincere kindness I have ever known. What has happened that they think Jesus a criminal?
What do we do?
Mary, we have to say goodbye.
No, I can't do that.
Yes, Mary.
I just can't.
Mary, yes. Come, we have to prepare the burial spices. It's the only way we can return our love to him. Come.
You're right. I have to accept that he's gone, but that I can still honor him. Jesus, I will never, ever forget you.